So we had a look at the if statement. Another control structure based on the condition or the values of certain variables is the switch statement. I'll create a new variable which I call lucky number, and I set this equal to 8. Now I create a switch statement by typing switch and then in parentheses the value or the variable on which I want to switch, so lucky number here. Then I also have curly braces, and inside of these curly braces I now define several cases I want to handle. So generally with the switch statement I look at a variable and then I decide what to do upon certain values this variable might have. So for example, I might have the case that a variable is 1, and I do this like this: case and then the value I want to handle and then a colon. Then I enter a new line and I don't need curly braces here. And I write, for example, console log is 1. And then I have to type break. I'll come back to this keyword soon. I also want to handle the case that it is 8, for example. And then I will log is 8. Also break here. And then I have a special case here, the default case, which I specify with the default keyword. This code here is executed whenever this value, in this case here, is something else than 1 or 8. So I'll print default then. And also break here. What do you think we'll see if I hit run? Well, we get is 8 because we're switching this number and we're handling the case that it is 8. What do you think we'll see if I change this to 7? Well, we get default because we're only handling the cases that it's 1 or 8. In all other cases, we will run this default code here. So with the switch statement, we have an easy way to execute conditional code depending on the value of something. And this could also be written as an if statement where we check if lucky number equals 1, and then we would print this, and then we would have else if lucky number equals 8, and then we would execute this code, and then we would have else, and then we would print default here. And this would do the same as this statement. And in this case, this might even look shorter. But imagine us handling multiple cases. This here is much more structured. Whereas here we have to write all these else if statements, which quickly becomes very inconvenient. And that is why we have this switch statement to make such cases easier.